Welcome back and good morning, Central Oregon. There's a very important conference coming up on high school athletics and sports concussions. Joining me this morning with the details, Dr. Vivian Ugaldi from the center and Dr. Sandra Marshall, who is with St. Charles Behavioral Health Services. Good morning.
Good morning.
So first of all, high school athletes and concussions. We know a lot more now than we used to know, and it's a really big deal. What are some of the things that you're seeing with concussions in high school athletes?
Well, I think that because there's more awareness, there is an increasing number of high school athletes that are being treated for concussions, and it is a very complex issue because it impacts everyday life besides athletics, and it impacts school life, and so there's a lot of integration that needs to go on between the athlete, the athletic trainer, the coach, the parents, the teachers, the principals. So it's a very complex issue, and we've been trying to get a handle on that here in Central Oregon and have been progressing over the last several years. And I think this conference will bring everyone together to give us a chance to really solidify a good standardized concussion management program here.
Well, and Dr. Marshall, it seems like in Central Oregon at least, we're very, very lucky because we look at this as in a team approach. It's the athletic trainer, like Dr. Ugaldi was saying, working with everybody else, and everybody's connecting and all of that to the benefit of the student athlete. Other places don't have this.
We are very lucky. We really have a gold standard program here. And just to give you a sense of the numbers that we saw last fall, my colleague Dr. Leah Schock and I, together with our athletic trainers, Dr. Ugaldi, we saw 200 athletes between September and December who had had concussions of various degrees, but because each brain is unique, we follow them to make sure that they return to play as safely as possible. And these were just athletes. It didn't account for students who sustained concussions outside of the athletic world.
And so this conference, it's a really big deal. Someone was explaining it to me, what a big deal it is to have a conference of this caliber here in Central Oregon, and that it's been something that you've been working on for quite a while. Tell me about this conference. What will we be seeing in the morning? In
the morning, it's going to be directed towards medical professionals. So it'll be for physicians, psychologists, therapists, and athletic trainers. And we're really going to be talking about the medical issues related to concussions. So, for instance, a lot of times athletes will suffer from headaches and dizziness, coordination problems, that sort of thing, besides the cognitive things with memory and planning abilities, that sort of thing. And so talking about how to address those and how to recognize them and treat them. The keynote speaker for the morning is going to be Dr. Kevin Gerskowitz, and he is an athletic trainer PhD who has done some research on the biomechanics of concussion and has won the MacArthur Genius Award, and so we're very excited to bring him over from the East Coast and talk about his research and how to manage a concussion from on the field through the process of getting the student back to his everyday life, his or her everyday life.
Excuse me, and I should mention it's April 21st from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. at the St. Charles Conference Center. So mark your calendars. And then what will happen in the afternoon?
In the afternoon, the focus is going to shift a little bit. Dr. Gerskowitz is going to stay with us, and it's really focused on what schools need to do to develop a concussion program, because Max's law, which is a law that came on the books about 1.5 years ago, basically says that a student who sustains a concussion in an athletic endeavor in high school needs to be cleared by a healthcare professional. But it also puts the onus on the school. How are they going to manage that student? Because that student has to exist within the school setting as well. So schools have to develop protocols, and we're going to help school personnel, including teachers, coaches, counselors, school psychologists, hopefully put together protocols to really streamline how they manage these students, because their ability to learn has been impacted by their head injury. And so we need to make adjustments for them in the school, and we need to empower schools to develop those programs.
You have also put together an event the evening before, April 20th at 6:30 p.m. for parents and coaches, correct? And this is a free event.
This is a free event from 6:30 to 8. We really want the community to come out. Our community has had concussion awareness in it for about 10 years, thanks to Dr. Mark Belza. So we have a community who understands the language, but I think there's still some confusion about what is a concussion, what does it mean, what do I really have to do? Do I really have to get my student to stop texting to help them recover. And so it's an opportunity for our community to ask a professional who had sensors in helmets, was watching people get real-time concussions, and who really understands the biomechanics, answer questions in our community.
And that will be at the St. Charles Conference Center, 6:30 to 8 p.m. on April 20th, and then the big conference itself is the next day. If you'd like any information on this or to pre-register for the conference, centerfoundation.org is the website, and 541-322-2399 is where you can go for more information. So it was very nice to see you both this morning. Thank you.
Thanks
My dynamic duo. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.